What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing good. I'm going to talk about something that is very important that almost nobody knows about, and it's about the DNA agenda, how they're trying to get everybody's DNA, DNA hacking. I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel that's about this stuff, and it's actually pretty scary, and it's weaponized, guys. They have the majority of the population's DNA in a database. You could call it a digital database. It's not like it's not like back in the day where they have blood vials of your DNA or your saliva. To this day, it's all uploaded to a big, large computer database. And I gotta start with the surface level, and perhaps I'm gonna have to make another video, but we'll see how this video turns out. But it basically is your DNA can be hacked. Your DNA can be hacked. Have you guys ever heard of CRISPR, where they can kind of cut and splice and take out parts of DNA and put different parts of a DNA code in? They always glorify and expound on this as if it's something like it's going to cure diseases, and they always look at it like this, right? When it starts off as something like this, like with Neuralink, with the chips in the head, with that Tesla is kind of behind. They always make it look like, oh, they're gonna do this wonderful thing. They're gonna make people start walking. They're gonna cause blind men to see, and all this other stuff. And guys, this is an illusion. You realize that Jesus did this when he walked the earth, right? And he didn't have to have no technological instruments or anything like that. Okay, this is the power of God that can do those things. So this is obviously a knockoff, a counterfeit of the beast. Now I want to show you guys something very interesting. You know how you get synchronicities on semen retention and stuff, right? Just in life in general, when you're close to the Lord, when you're on semen retention, you're doing the right thing, you're naturally close to the Lord. But oh dang, I don't have it on here. I actually have this video downloaded, but it was really interesting. I'm telling you guys the truth on this video here. It had 666 likes. And I was like, well, that's right there is telling me what's going on, this agenda, And it's not just one thing that's like causing me to believe stuff, but there's lots of dots you put together. Have you guys ever? I know you guys know what I'm talking about, those connect the dot pictures. There's a lot of dots in order to see the full picture. You have to draw the lines, you have to connect the lines. If you just connect one dot to this dot, you're not going to see nothing. That's what that was, just like two dots. But when you get so many in your own internal memory bank, your mind, you start putting things together, you really can start seeing the full picture, guys, and it's unavoidable, okay? Some people might think that's a weird way to put things together, but I'm telling you that the Lord can work in this way, in this type of way. It's not just going to be blatantly in your face of things that are going on. You have to use your brain power and really dig and understand, because understanding is what keeps you alive. Training is what keeps you alive. You need to work your mind, work yourself, work it, and get that information out. That is on the internet. You gotta go digging, and this is what we're gonna do today. Is we're gonna be talking about DNA hacking. So I'm gonna play this video real quick. It's just gonna be a clip, just to get you guys on board of what many other people understand and know and talk about on YouTube. So here we go. Yeah, here we go. I think we're good to go.
So much like any information, biometric information, digital information can be susceptible. We know that genetic information and DNA sequencing information is highly sought after by adversaries. There are many military applications for maintaining and using DNA data sets. There are new technologies that are coming out that possibly in the future could create designer biological warfare weapons targeting a specific genetic population.
So, is that not interesting or what, man? Did you guys hear that? So she was basically saying she said in the possible near future. Now, if anybody's half awake, they know that the technologies that they have to put this to work is already in existence. Many people are starting to just now ask questions about MK Ultra, guys. This is how slow the mainstream population that follows the mainstream media is to catch up on stuff like MK Ultra that was in the 1960s, right? By the CIA, how they used psychedelic drugs to explore mind control. People are just at, oh, what's MK Ultra? That's so like, I mean, it's good to know, but it's so basic, and that's one of those scratching the surface types of things. But you got to understand, I'm saying that to say that the technologies they have is 100% in existence, especially through the weaponization of your DNA. I'm telling you, man, it's literally meant to tap into you as a telephone number. It dials in. It dials you in. She just said she could. This technology that they have. See, here's the deal. She's saving her own butt. She knows what's going on. Okay. There's like workarounds how people get videos on here like this and they don't tell the whole truth, but they're trying to let you know, like hint, hint. You got to use your own brain power. Like, hey, this is what's actually going on. Once you dig into it, don't just take somebody's word for it. You got to find out, because it gets you curious. Like, okay, is there technologies that can actually use DNA and tap into your DNA if they have your DNA, almost like a phone number, right? That's what it is. It's essentially like an antenna that dials right into you specifically. Now, the next question is, what is this technology? How does it work? And what can they truly do? How can they weaponize that? And why are hackers, see, there's another loophole is, guys, it might not just be some little hacker kid that you might imagine in your mind, like just a small little group of people saying, hey, we're going to hack this. Why would they want your DNA? Why would they want the population's DNA? This is a shadow government operation under the guise of, oh, it was hackers. It was hackers. You know, you got there's so many, it's obvious to me. Okay. I can tell when certain 3-letter agencies are behind something, they will purposefully send a agent in the agency and pretend, you know, go out there in the media and be like, yeah, we don't know anything about this, man. We're not behind this. And they're very good. They're very good little mind-controlled soldiers that will purposefully misinform the population. Okay, so you have to do your own research. You have to look it up for yourself. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get on another video here. So give me a second. I gotta pause here. Okay. here's another little snippet of what CRISPR actually is and what it can do.
Imagine if you possessed the tools with which mistakes in your DNA could be altered, and in so doing, you were able to cure almost all genetic diseases. Imagine having a technology with which you could literally rewrite the DNA from each and every organism.
Rewriting your DNA. They're rewriting your DNA. Now, doesn't this sound familiar? This might, some people already might be thinking about this. Do you know anything about the Anunnaki and what they did? They genetically altered our DNA. This is a manipulation on a whole nother level, but not so much because they're trying to do it again. Last time they mingled themselves with the women, right? The gods mingled themselves with the women that came from the heavens to the earth. These are the angels who, the only name you can name them is our rebellious angels who left their post. When God said, no, don't do this, they did it. The Watchers, you know, they grouped together and they knew what they were doing. They banded together, they knew what they were doing. And they had offspring, giants, flood. Now what's going on right now, guys? What do you think is going to happen? You know, history repeats itself because of what's going on. Now, the gods can't directly impact us the way they did, but you see how they're still trying to do a loophole. They're what they're doing is, since they can't directly be involved like they did the first time pre-flood, they're gaining a foothold through stupid human beings. And these stupid human beings are the puppets who are screwing the rest of humanity over. It's essentially man screwing man over, guys. Now, we who trust in Jesus Christ, we know what's going on. We see what's going on. We don't partake of this, but we're still being, very broad term, persecuted and afflicted because of this bullcrap. Okay? It's just one of those things that's inevitable. So we suffer at the hands of wicked, stupid people. And this is what they're trying to do, is manipulate our DNA. And they always put it in the guise of, oh, it's going to help. Imagine just curing every disease. I'm going to keep playing a little bit more.
This might sound like science fiction, but thanks to this woman, it has now become a reality.
It's now become a reality. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know This is a reality. They can cut and splice, take DNA out, put DNA in. I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna find another video. But if I can't find it, it basically has to do with like how they're imagining us, or the DNA at least, like how they can. Oh, what's his name? Billy Carson. I'm gonna find that video. He talks about how he can, how not he specifically, but people can, smart people like this lady can actually upload your DNA or DNA in general, and download like massive amounts of information onto the DNA and put it back into your DNA. Like, it's a storage system is what it is basically. And somehow, some way, they've got it to mingle with computer programming. This is why they think they can make everybody a cyborg in the future, why they want to link everybody up as if they really will be cyborgs. And when you do that, it's a whole nother manipulation, like how, when the gods mingled with the women back in the day, there was an unnatural offspring. Well, this is what's going to happen, is there's going to be an unnatural human being. They might look like human beings, and it might already be going on. Okay, I don't know how deep it really goes, how long it's been going on, but there might already be offspring here on this earth now where they're not really human. Okay, they're going to have strange special abilities. Okay, just things like this. It's all essentially a perversion of God's original creation once again. So what do you think is going to happen once again? It's been prophesied. We already know what's going to happen. Now we're knowing specifically the times that we're in, why it's happening, and when it's happening. Okay, so let me find the video real quick. Okay, this video is kind of long and drawn out. It's very complex. If you want to look up this video in your own time, it's called How to Store Data on DNA. I'm just gonna play a little snippet of to get you guys kind of warmed up to the video in case you want to watch it later. But this is what they can do: store information onto your DNA, and makes you really think about the implications of this.
Very large number. To store text, for instance, we code each letter and character with a number and assemble these numbers in a sequence. To store an image, the amount of red, green and blue in each pixel is quantified, and these numbers are put one after the other, pixel after pixel. Storing a file thus amounts to physically encoding a number. The first step is encoding. Computers use electricity. The voltage may be either low or high and can thus be used to represent two digits, 0 and 1.
So you're kind of getting the essential basics, right? You can watch this video later. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing. It's 12 minutes long, but it's all about the conversion. There was the process right here. Encodes, it synthesizes, and it stores, and it sequences. So think about this, man. If they can do the images, upload false information, all this stuff into DNA. I'm going to get on to another part now that you guys know the reality behind this. There's another part about the weaponization of the DNA, like what can be done with it. And there's already instruments that they have right now that the average consumer can actually buy, to where, well, they have it to where you can't really, unless you know something about something, you can't really use it or weaponize it, but it's all for like healing, and it uses quantum mechanics. It's basically uses a scalar field. Let me just pause the video. I'll find the video for you. Okay, I'm not going to show you a video right now. Guys, the rabbit hole goes deep, and to just watch my video alone, you might start to understand and put some clues together. But basically, the first video that I showed you guys that talked about the technology, well, this is essentially what it is. It's there's instruments right now. It's a Rife machine is what it is. The Rife technology. Dr. Rife, how he healed a lot of people through frequencies and stuff like that. Well, it's using that with scalar technology, and what you do with these devices is you put your DNA, your fingernails, in the system, in this area on this little device, and it activates a tiny scalar field, and it's a frequency energy right here. It says, so when frequency energy is transmitted to your nails or DNA, because you're using your nails. So think about the DNA, the COVID swabs that you gave to the whoever else who's using it. Everything's online, everything's been hacked, everything's available. They know about your DNA, right? They know your specific frequency, if you want to look at it like that. They know your code, they know your phone number. So it's the frequency or energy that's transferred from the scalar to your nails or DNA will also be transmitted to you, Okay, so it's no strings attached, no wires, no nothing you put on your head or nothing like that. And it's only you because of the unique identifier present in every cell of your body, your DNA. Okay, this is how they get to you specifically. Now they have it all organized and devised in a way to where they probably have it like, hey, all blacks, all Mexicans, all whites, maybe it's based on religion. This is why they want to have, I'm getting bombarded in my mailbox of like them trying to really put me in a box of like my political stance, my religion, everything I believe in and stand by. This is how they can put you in a box, guys. You don't have to tell everybody your business of your beliefs and stuff like that. And they mind control you. They kind of trigger you to really maybe unknowingly put you in a box so they can really order you, put you in a list here, put you in a list there, put you in a list there. And then they say, well, you know what? Let's just pretend like, hey, we don't like this group of people who worship this God or this color or this race or this religion or whatever, this community. They can target you. They know where you live. They can target a whole community. They can target just you. Through this dialing up of the code, through this rifle machine technology. And this is the basics of it. I'm sure they have, knowing the government, knowing the shadow government, the billions of dollars they have to spend, the shadow programs, the secret programs, all this stuff. You better believe they have some pretty in-depth technology devices, but this is essentially how it is utilized. So there's frequencies. Remember the other video that I uploaded on my channel about the weaponization of frequencies and how they can use that against you. Look that video up, and that's just scratching the surface, guys. But there's a weaponization of frequencies that they can cause you to be in fear, cause you to upset your nervous system, cause you to think weird thoughts. It doesn't make you think thoughts. It's like an intrusion of an external thought process, which I showed you guys how it works in this video already, how they can upload information. It goes to your mind. Your mind kind of makes it real or makes it think that it's real, and then it causes you to feel crazy or be crazy, or it's just many different ways they can weaponize it, and mind, will, and emotions to mess with you. And, generally the whole population, the whole world is, somewhat upset, at the world, the politics going on right now and just all sorts of other stuff. And it's always been like this, guys, right? But you really have to do a comparison of like right now, 2024 versus like a very similar situation, so many years ago. That really, guys, you got to look at history not so long ago. That was maybe even worse, and people handled it a lot differently. And we're talking a global scale issue here, guys, where everybody is just at a state of unrest and just going wild. This is what's going on. They're amping up what is kind of already there. It's like how they do weather modification. There has to be something already in the atmosphere for them to amp up or to cause it to rain even more or cause it to hurricane. They can't just, or to have a hurricane. You can't just, these guys, we give them way too much power, or not power, but like credit, how they can just like manifest weather storms. It already has to kind of be there for them to kind of amplify it. So it's the same essence with how they're messing with the human body. You already have to be kind of upset. Once you're already somewhat upset, they can trigger that and amplify that and make you go insanely like rage, angry, psycho, insane. Like, this is why you have to know yourself. You have to understand that who you are, I don't know, man. I got so much, like, I got to try to say it a certain way, but like, I think you guys can start to get a grip on what's going on in this world, the end game goal here. So it's a lot of quantum mechanic technology through the DNA that is weaponized. This is why they're trying to get a lot of people on these frequencies, on certain frequencies. I'm not going to say anything about that because there's certain frequencies that are actually beneficial. The Schumann resonance, 7.83 thereabouts. I know it fluctuates, but that's a natural frequency that God put on this earth that we probably, if we never had the technology, we would never even understand. We would just simply understand the byproduct of having our bare feet on the earth and like, oh, I just feel more calm. I feel more balanced. You know what I mean? Or maybe we never even realized there was a disharmony because there was no technology. You know, maybe this information is coming out for a reason, because with the bad also comes the good to balance the equation. And it's up to us to really get into the good things to counteract the evil and wickedness that's going on, you know. I don't know if I want to say any more on this video, guys. This is just barely scratching the surface. There's so many videos that I have saved on my playlist, but I could make this video easily 1 hour and show you guys more videos. But essentially, this is what it is, you know, the DNA hacking that's going on right now in this world. And you know, I fell into the trap. I gave some of my DNA away. You know, anybody who's even been in the hospital ever, or a doctor ever, it's all online, guys. So don't think that just because it's like you put it up on 23andMe and these, you know how they send a little package in your mailbox and you got to do a swab or a little blood prick and then send it back, and they give you, well, I did that for my hormones because, you know, I'm interested in my testosterone because, you know, being on semen retention and everything. So I should have known better because everything's easily hackable. But the truth is like, I got to look a layer deeper. You got to look a layer deeper. It's like, it's probably not hackable. It's probably hackable, but it's like there's no need for them to hack it because it's all a predetermined plan to get your DNA in the first place, you know. And I'm going to end the video with this, guys. I want you guys to really understand this whole system is going to come crashing down. Everybody, every wicked person that's behind this, every wicked spirit that is behind this, they're all going to get judged by the Most High God. Okay, we know that the first time they tried this, they tried it full scale, in your face, the gods from heaven to earth. There's many stories about this. We know what's going to happen to them, what has happened to some of them even now, from that day even up to today until the final judgment day, is they're locked in chains of darkness, guys. This is the rebellious leader Azazel who led the Watchers. You know, a lot of this stuff is in the book of Enoch. This is history, guys. A lot of it, you know, as time progresses, it turns into legends, and then it turns into myths. But you got to understand, this stuff is real. Angels are real. There's places in the heavens where they exist, and they choose to manifest themselves into the physical realm and do some shenanigan things. This is a big illegal activity for the spiritual beings who dwell in the heavens. This is highly, highly breaking the law. So God, as the perfect God, He's also a perfect judge, and fair and just are his judgments, and he's locked them in chains of darkness because of how rebellious, the massive amount of rebellion they chose to do. And this is what they're doing now. The humans, they're using stupid humans who are just so ignorant, blinded by power and greed and lust of the things of this world. So they're basically doing whatever these wicked spirits now, who are communicating through these seances and summonings, are having these humans do. And it's all like this, and it takes a long time, you know, because if you just snap everything at once to a human, they're gonna be like, wait a minute, you know. But they slowly have to deceive you and blind you and get you so sucked in to where you feel like maybe there's no way out or something like that, you know. But this is what's been going on. This is the elite, the elite, dark elite chosen, the wicked ones, you know, the shadow government, the Satanists. The ones who want the New World Order, the ones who want to control you and who are manipulating everything, the ones who set the red and the blue against each other, you know, for a big game, you know, same wing, two different, you know, left wing, right wing. Think about it, the same bird. Who's the mind in the bird? Think about this, guys. It's all a setup. It's all a game. It's just a show. Everything is, not everything, but the things that has been painted over this world is blinding you from the truth and the reality. And this is just another equation in their end game agenda, is to mess with you. I gotta say it like that. It's just to mess with you, because technically it's messing with you. It's playing God. You know, there's genetic modification in our food. That's messed up. You know, the rabbit hole gets deep, guys. You know, they're playing with us like cattle. They're messing with us. They treat us like food. It's just, it goes so deep, man. But I'm ending the video with saying that this isn't going to last forever. They're going to get what's coming to them, and there will be a forever peace where humans will actually forever live in peace and prosperity and harmony. But it's only for those who truly accept Jesus Christ as their Savior, because that's a new millennium that's coming. You know, this New World Order agenda, they're going to have their part to play for a very brief period. Okay, if you read the Bible, this is all prophesied. A lot of people who may not even be specifically religious are starting to understand and put some clues together about this whole agenda, this world domination thing. And it's all in Revelation, guys. You have to read Revelation, because you have to understand, if this stuff is true, the Bible's true. The Bible's true. You know, Jesus is true. It's all real. You know what I mean? It's all 100% real. History, facts. And the future, the prophecies are being written now, in real time. You know, they've been written, but it's playing out in real time. But you know, Satan, he gets locked up for 1,000 years. The millennial reign of Jesus Christ is coming. Okay, they're not going to the New World Order. They're not going to have a long time to be doing this. God's going to make it come crashing down, guys. Okay, just trust me. It's all going to come crashing down. So just be patient, and, you know, long suffering. Do things. Be proactive, because there are things you can do to defend yourself. There are things you can do to be proactive. And number one, wake people up to this information. Spread the information. Wake people up. Talk about the good news of Jesus Christ, because that's what saves you. You know, that's what truly saves you from eternal damnation. You know, but they're trying to mess with us, guys. They're trying to mess with us in another way, and in a more cunning way, man. So hope you guys get something good out of this, and have a good day. Peace.